What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be working on taking the cab off of the super cab truck. We're just about ready to do it. All we got to do left before we start trying to pull the cab off is I got to get the cab bolts out. I've got them all loose right now. Made sure they'd all break loose. We got to get them out of the cab, and then I got to take the steering shaft loose up here in the front. You've got a nut right there on a pinch pin there. Pull that out, that should come off. I gotta take the brake booster off the cab there, and then I gotta get the transfer case linkage off from the cab unhooked. And then after we get that out there, we should be able to lift the cab up. How we're gonna pull the cab off is I got a jack with a block of wood. We're gonna stick underneath the rail or the body lip there, and then we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna slide blocks of wood under it with the jack stands underneath it. Hopefully get it up high enough where we can get the cab up high enough to roll the frame out from underneath it. So that's what we'll be doing today. All right, so the first thing we're gonna be working on today is we're gonna be working on getting the brake booster off the truck and getting the steering shaft unhooked. So on your brake booster, we'll be doing it first. You got 4 nuts there, 2 on each side. That'll take it loose from the bracket here. We're just gonna leave the bracket on the cab for right now, but you get them 4 bolts there loose, should come off. And then on your steering shaft here, we just got a nut right there to take off, and the nut pinches on that shaft there with splines. Should pull off. So we're gonna be working on getting that out, and we'll come back. Okay, I also forgot to say, on your brake booster, you're gonna have to take the rod loose from the brake pedal. So on your brake pedal here, there will be a nut right there. Alright, so we got everything unhooked from underneath the hood here. Got the 4 brake booster bolts out, and then I got the pinch pin out for the steering shaft. Just gonna have to get the steering shaft off, and then gonna have to take the nut loose from the pedal inside the cab. So we'll get to it. finally got the brake booster down there. What you seen me doing there, there's a pin right here with a cotter pin there on the other side of it there. And you got to drive it out, and it goes through the booster here and through the bracket that you took loose from the inside. You have to take it loose from the inside to get this to pull down for enough. And then you got this pin here you got to drive out. It was being a pain. I just soaked it in some penetrating oil, let it sit for a little bit, and then tried tapping it out with a hammer. And then what I found, got it finally loose, is I just took a pair of pliers and grabbed the end here and just twisted it and got it loose, and it finally come out for me. So now we're gonna work on getting the steering shaft out. I tried getting it to come off and it stuck too, so just gotta have it soaked in penetrating oil. Hopefully it'll come out. All right, so while we're letting the penetrating oil sit on the steering shaft, we're gonna go ahead and unhook the transfer case. First thing we're gonna do is take the boot off. It's got 4 screws all the way around it. We'll get the boot off. Alright, so that's got our linkage here all unhooked from the cab there. Got the shifter knob there. It's just threaded on with a jam nut there. And then this right here. Oh, mine only had 3 screws in it. They're supposed to have 4 though. But yeah, that's how that all there comes off. Alright, so I've been working on trying to get the linkage loose from the transmission for the transfer case. So underneath there, we got a big bolt here that goes to the side of the transmission that holds the linkage on. Took it out, finally got it out. Been working on it for probably about an hour. And the linkage should fall down, clear the cab now. On the steering linkage, I believe I'm gonna have to take the column loose to get it to pull back, to get the pin to come out of the universal joint there. So on my steering column, I've got 2 bolts under here left, and I've got 4 back there on the firewall. So we're gonna get those loose, and then I gotta plug in for the cruise control. And then so we're gonna get them out, and hopefully the linkage will come out. Alright, so we just got the steering column out of the truck here. There's there in the floor there. So the next thing is we're going to be taking the cab bolts out. I can loosen them all up the other day, but you'll have 2 plugs in the back of the cab there and over there. Just pop plugs out, 2 bolt heads down there. And in the front of the truck here, we have 2 little flaps that cover this hole. And there'll be one just like it on the other side. You just have 1 screw you take out, and then the bolt heads down inside there. So we're fixing to get the cab bolts out. right, guys. Well, we got the cab bolts all out from the. I got it all out yesterday. It's the next morning. Tried pulling the cab off last night, but we run into a problem. So our idea was to jack the cab up and then put the jack stands here underneath on the blocks of wood to pick it up high enough to roll the frame out. But there's a problem. The rear tire's going to hit our blocks. So today, we've got a different idea. We're going to put 4x4s underneath the cab. So that way that'll bring our jack stands out wide enough to clear the rear tire. So you can see there the 4x4s are quite a bit longer than the wheel or the width of the rear axle there. So we're gonna bring the jack stands over, pick it up, do it the same way. So that's how we're gonna get it off. All right, so our original idea is not gonna work. We got it way up in the air and it was just too wobbly up there in the air. So we almost had it out, but we like 2 or 3 more inches. But like I said, it was just way too wobbly. So we're gonna wait till probably tomorrow to bring home my grandpa's tractor. And then we got a tractor, and we're gonna try to pick both sides up with the tractor outside. So we're fixing to get it and pull the truck outside. And then we're gonna clean up in here and we'll be back tomorrow. All right, so we got the truck outside here. We're fixing to take the doors off. We think we got another idea how to get the cab off. I got some friends and family over here at the house, so we're gonna try to pick it up and pack the cab off the back of the truck. Fixing to take the doors off the truck, and we're gonna be back here. We're gonna take the rear bumper off the truck there, and we're gonna get the gas tank out. And then he done cut the 2 bed bolts off that somebody had cut off once before, so those shouldn't be a problem anymore. So on your doors here, I'll show you. You got 2 hinges there. You got one up top there, and then you got to have 3 bolts per each hinge. Should be on both sides. And then the gas tank there just got tank straps right up. You just take your nuts loose off it, and then the gas tank will come down. And on the bumper here, we're going to take it loose. We're going to take the whole bracket and everything loose. You just have 2 bolts there on each side. So that'll get all that off, and then we'll come back. Alright, so we got the cab ready to come off. This here's our new idea. We're gonna have people, me and my dad, and then like I said, I got some family members. We're gonna pick it up, we're gonna try to pack it all the way back down and set it on top of the trailer there. Don't know if it's gonna work, hopefully it will. We tried picking it up, we scooted it around. You can see where we scooted it off the stool there, but it's not that heavy because I took the doors off of it, so I'm hoping that brings the weight down a little bit. So we're fixing to try to do it that way. This way, yeah, like that. Okay, ready, Haley?
Yep.
Come to the front.
Put that white. You want them on the sides?
Alright everybody, we got the cab finally off and in the garage. Started the day off today thinking we was gonna get it, and it went to not getting it, and now we got it off. So right there, there's our cab there. It's all off on the trailer. This is gonna work out great. It'll be perfect working height for putting rocker panels in it. I guess that's the next thing. I ordered an LMC order. It's supposed to have floor pans, rocker panels, and drip rails coming in. They should be in Monday. But so that'll be the first thing we're going to work on is rocker panels and floor pans there. But so that here we'll just do a little walk around here on the cab. Got it all on the trailer there. Like I said, this side over here also we got rockers and floor pans coming and drip rails for this side here also. Alright, here's the front of the cab. Cabs actually, some parts are actually better than what I thought they'd be. Like all around the heater box here, this all looks really good. Not gonna have to put cab mounts on it. I thought I was gonna have to have a cab mount for the driver's side, the front, but it's gonna turn out and be okay. So I'm not gonna have to do that. And then we're just gonna have to fabricate a rear floor pan for it. And then the bottoms of the doors, we're gonna have to fabricate. But yeah, and then all the cross members underneath. I had a cross member I thought was also going to have to buy, but I think we can fix it too without having to buy a cross member. But there's the cab. All right, guys, here's our frame here. With the cab off. Frame's actually in really good shape here. Just gonna do a little walk around on the frame. The only bad spot on the whole frame is this little bit of rust right here. Other than that, the frame's not pitted anywhere or anything like that. We are gonna have to get a transmission for the truck. I'm hoping the transfer case is good, but here I'll come around here and show you why our transmission is no good. Right there, you can see the bell housing's busted, and that got a crack. It goes all the way to right there. So we are gonna have to get a transmission. I'm not sure what kind of transmission I want to get just yet. Whether I'll try to find a C6 that'll work, or if I might try to find something out of a newer four-wheel drive truck and get the transmission and transfer case and put that in there. But I guess that's going to be it for today, guys. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you would, please like and subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video.
Banana?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a banana.
It's not what that is.
It looks like a banana.